Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Teaching English on Dروس Mega Goal 3. Let's start by reviewing our plan for our class today. First, we're going to introduce the 11th section in this unit, which is form, meaning, and function. In this form, meaning, and function, we will study with you together future with be, future be with going to, and also information questions, position of adjectives, present progressive, future with going to and will. And also we're going to study with you time expressions for the future. And also we're going to do some exercises on these parts of grammar. And at the end we're going to review 5 irregular verbs. Now, as you know, we are at step number 11, which is form, meaning, and function. Yesterday, or in the last episode, we studied writing and speaking, and still we have remaining 2 steps, which is 12 and 13, which we are going to take in our next episode, inshallah. Okay, now you remember in this unit we studied the grammar, the adverbs, okay, and sentence adverb, which is going to be very useful for you when you speak and when you write. So we'll consider this part or this slide as a revision for speaking and writing that we studied in our last episode. You still remember, actually, this is it's called an adverb that is called sentence adverb. What's the meaning of sentence adverb? That means you impose your attitude, your opinion about the thing that you are going to say. So you add this adverb to modify the sentence that you will say, okay? And you can choose whatever you like according to what meaning you want to impose or you want to convey in your speaking or even in your writing. So if you want to say the truth, for example, to tell something, you concentrate on the truth of this thing, you say frankly. So you talk openly, you say frankly, then you say the sentence that you want, or even you can use it in writing. You can use it also as a transitional phrase. So this part of grammar, which is sentence adverb, is very important. Okay, obviously, if you want to talk about something بوضوح, you say obviously. Probably also is very important. You can talk about the thing that you want to confess. You say admittedly, clearly, okay, honestly, okay, officially, undoubtedly, okay, apparently, evidently, naturally, presumably, and at the end, fortunately, or you can use it also in the opposite meaning. We say unfortunately. So these adverbs can be used to modify the sentence that you are going to say. Now let's talk about some examples. Let's take one of these and talk about an example. You remember the last time we took the word fortunately. If you want to tell a good news, for example, if you want to talk about your team, that your team won yesterday, you say fortunately my team won yesterday. Okay, the opposite side, if you want to talk about your team that it lost yesterday, you say unfortunately my team lost yesterday. Okay, look at these highlighted adverbs. Okay, we can use them in the sentence. Adverbs usually go with beginning of the sentence, as we mentioned earlier. And also look at this example, another example about frankly. Frankly means openly. You're telling the truth. You say frankly I am disappointed in the quality of this hotel. So you're telling something with you imposing your opinion or your attitude towards what you are saying. Okay, now we are coming to our class today, which is form, meaning, and function. You can find all materials related to this topic or this subject on this QR. You can scan it and find all the materials needed for this class. Now let's start with future with be and going to. Future with be and going to. Use the beginning. We use be plus going to for the future to talk about plans. If you want to talk about a plan that you want to do from the time of speaking, you can use it like this. In an affirmative way, you say, I'm going to travel to Jordan. So this is a plan. So you're going to travel to Jordan. In the negative way, you just add not. As you know, whenever you have an auxiliary verb, you want to make a negative form of the sentence, you just add not to this auxiliary verb. Okay, and here another example for yes/no question. If you want to make it a yes/no question, you just exchange the place of the subject with the verb. Like here, the sentence mainly is you are going to travel to Jordan. So if you want to make it a question, are you going to travel to Jordan? The short answer, positive short answer, you say yes I am. The negative answer, you say no I am not. Okay? And now let's talk about the informational question. It is very important to know the meaning of the WH question. If somebody asks about what, that means he wants a place. If he asks about what, that means he wants the answer to be a thing. If he asks about when, that means he wants a time. If he asks about where, that means he wants a place. Who, if somebody asks you from the very beginning in his question, who, that means he wants a person. Why, in this case he means a reason. How, that means he wants to get a method or a way, okay, and so on. So what are you going to do on your vacation? So here we're asking about a thing. The answer should be I'm going to travel. So here, what? Travel. The answer is travel. Now the other informational question, when is he going to leave? So when here indicates the time. So the answer should be a time. He is going to travel next week. Next week indicates time. Okay, which is one of the information question which works almost like what. You say which countries is he going to visit? Here we say he is going to visit Tunisia and Morocco. Okay, and the other one here we have how are you going to go? Now we are asking about a method or a way. In this case we say we are going to go by plane. So how? By plane. Okay, next we're talking about where. So when we ask about where, that means we are asking about a place. Where am I going to stay? Where am I going to stay? So here the answer should be a place. You are going to stay in a 4-star hotel. Okay, next, who is going to travel with them? Who is asking about a person, should be a name. Okay, a proper name or any other name. Okay, they are going to travel with friends. Okay, friends, اصدقاء. So who? The answer is friends, because we are asking about persons, human. Okay, how long are they going to stay? Now how long is a question that indicates the period of time. How long? Okay, the answer should be they are going to stay for a month. Also, there is something very important to mention here regarding the information question, which is how. When you want to ask about the degree or the extent of any kind of adjective, you can ask with how. Any adjective, like if you want to say big, small, heavy, light, and so on, and you want to get the extent or the degree of this adjective, you say how. Like الوزن, weight, if you want to ask about weight, you say how heavy. Tall, you say how tall. Big, if you want to describe something as very big, okay, and you want to ask about the extent of this adjective, you say how big is this thing, and so on. Okay, now we're talking about the position of adjectives. If you have an adjective, okay, it depends on if you have a noun. If you have a noun, that means the adjective precedes this noun. Sorry. If you have a noun, that means the adjective precedes the noun. Like the example here, Antarctica is an exotic place. So exotic is a noun, is an adjective here. It modifies or explains or describes the noun place. Okay, so it comes before the noun. Okay, what if you want to describe somebody using an adjective with the verb be? In this case, you say Antarctica is exotic. So it follows the verb to be. Like you see here, after the verb be and here before nouns. Or adjectives, if you have a noun, you should put the adjective before the noun. But if you don't have a noun, if you have verb be, the adjective should follow the verb be, which is in this case we have it as is. Okay, we read the sentences again. Antarctica is an exotic place. Antarctica is exotic. Why we use it like this? Because we have the verb be, which is the auxiliary verb. Now we go to the exercise. An exercise we will find on page 44, exercise A in your student's book. We will answer it together. Okay. Now complete the instructions here of this question says complete the article. This is an article about Jazan. You need to complete the article. Use adjectives in the box. You need to put adjectives in this box from 1 to 6. Okay, let's start with the first sentence here. Jazan is in the southwestern Saudi Arabia. Is a, we need to put an adjective here, city on the Red Sea. You will find it in your book on page 44, and this was a model answer. We were given a model answer, and it is answered in your book, which is written as, okay, sorry, I forgot to review the words that you need to fill in the spaces. Let's review them with you together. Coastal, dense, fertile, humid, okay, local, and tropical. Okay, now what is the first sentence? Again, let's go back again to the sentence. Jazan is in southwestern Saudi Arabia, is a city. How can we describe it? And you can see here the noun city preceded by an adjective. We will choose from the list here, from the 6 adjectives. What's the answer? The answer is coastal. Okay, what does coastal mean? Means next to the sea. The city is next to the sea, okay, on the Red Sea. Now next, the other sentence here says, it is the capital city of Jazan province near the Yemeni border. Although it is a small province, it has a, look at the noun, it modifies, population of 1.5 million inhabitants. So populations means the number of people who live in a city. So we can say here, dense. That means many people living in a small area or in one particular area. Next, the terrain of the region is varied, consisting of mountains, okay, plains, fertile plains. Okay. Next, coast and islands. Jazan is famous for its products. What kind of products? Local products, especially its what? Fruit. How can we describe a fruit? We can say tropical. Okay, tropicals means استوائية, like mango, figs, and papaya. Okay, these are 3 kinds of fruit. The climate in the city of Jazan is very hot. And how can we describe here? Because as we mentioned a while ago, when we use the adjective following the verb to be, or the auxiliary verb be, we can use the adjective directly after the verb. Humid. So now we talk about very hot. When we talk about the weather in Jazan, we say hot and humid. Okay, humid, that means has wet, a little bit wet in the summer, while temperatures in the mountains to the northwest are much cooler. Okay. Now we go to another exercise, which is on the same page 44, exercise B. And we will answer the first 2, and we will leave the rest for you to do it as a practice, okay? And we will give you the answer. You can stop the video and go back to your book and answer the questions. Then check your answers after doing it in your textbook. The first one here. Now, look at the instructions. Add the question words, match the questions and the answers. You need to do 2 things. You need to get the right information question, WH question, and also you need to get which question matches the right answer here. We have a list 1 to 6, and we have another list from A to F, and you need to, after choosing the WH question, you need to match the right answer. Look at the first one. So which suitcase are you going to take? This is the model answer, which, okay, which. So which is the right question, or WH question for this sentence? Which suitcase are you going to take? It was answered in your book, as you can see here. The red one, it is new. So this question matches E. Now let's go to number 2. Are they going to travel? So here, do we ask about a place, about a time, or what? Check number 2. And check for the right WH question or the right information question, and check for the one that matches this answer. Here we say how. We are asking about the way, the method, how they are going to take a bus. Okay, sorry. Yes, how they they are going to take a bus. We are asking about the method or the way that they are going to travel. The right answer is by bus. Okay. Next here, number 3. Now you can pause the video and go and answer this question and come back again and find out about the answers. Let's review them together now. What? Asking about a thing. As you can see, who? We're asking now about a person. Where? We're asking about a place. And when? We are asking here about time. And this kind of questions, and knowing these, the WH questions is very important when you want to answer the comprehension questions. Because in most exams, in most tests, you have comprehension reading. Comprehension reading, that means when you read the text is followed by some question, different kinds of questions. Most of them have the WH questions. So if you understand what where means, okay, if you don't mix where with when, that means you know it is about a place. But if you mix them, you might put a time for a place and the vice versa. And this is very bad thing to do. So you should know what each information question, what each WH question indicates or means. Now let's talk about the present progressive. This is very easy. You remember when we review the irregular verbs, we give you a picture. If you want to describe something or the action that goes on in the picture, you should use the present or progressive, or sometimes we call it present continuous. Here, use the present progressive for actions happening now. At the moment you are talking, we are describing the action as happening at this moment. Or definite arrangements in the future. We can also use it for the future. We can use it for describing something happening now or in the future. Look at the example here. My friends are waiting for me at the airport. Okay, look here. Are waiting. We have the auxiliary verb are, and we have the main verb, which is followed by ing. So they are waiting. That means at the moment of speaking. My friends are arriving tomorrow. So here also we use it for talking about plans, as you can see here, for definite arrangements in the future. Okay, so we can use it for talking about the action that is happening now, and also we can use it for the future as well. What are you doing now? Okay, this is how to ask a question. The same thing, but instead of saying you are, we exchange the subject with the verb and we make it a question. What are you doing now at the moment? Okay, what are you doing tonight? In this case also we ask about a plan or something in the future. So this tense can be used in to indicate two meanings. One for describing the present tense, and one is describing the future. Okay, future with going to and will. Okay, sometimes we use going to and sometimes we use will. What's the difference here? Look at the instructions here. We use will be, sorry, the verb be, which is am, is, are. Okay, with going to talk about plans. If you want to plan for something, we use will, maybe, and plus maybe or probably for uncertain or indefinite plans. If you are not sure about what you are going to do, it's better to use will. But if you are talking about plan that you arranged from the time of speaking, you use be plus ing. What are you going to do on your vacation? So you planned your vacation, and I'm asking you now what you are going to do in your vacation. The answer can be I am going to travel to Europe. So this is planned. Okay, here you can say also, if you want to make it in a negative form, you say I'm not going to travel this year. Okay, where will you stay? Okay, this is talking about something probable. You say maybe, I can say I will stay with friends. Okay, next, I probably won't stay in a hotel. So this is not planned, but with going to before that verb be plus going to, that means something planned. Okay, now how can you describe, now you know how to form a sentence in the future, but how can you use expressions to talk about the future? We have so many expressions to talk about future, like the examples you see here. I am leaving tomorrow. Tomorrow is the most common expression to talk about future. Tomorrow night, okay? Tomorrow night, or you can say also tomorrow alone, which means the next day of the speaking. Now the other one, this year, also if you want to talk about the rest of the year or a future time in the year, so this year we will go on vacation to Al-Ula, okay, Saudi Arabia. This year is an expression for the future. Also we have another expression, they are flying to Oman on Thursday, okay, like we are on Monday, for example, and we are talking about the next Thursday, we say on Thursday, that means the next Thursday, okay. Hurry, now he's asking you to come quickly or to go quickly, they will be here soon. So soon is also indicates the time, the coming time, future. I am meeting her in an hour, okay. He's talking about 1 hour after the time of speaking, that means the future as well. An hour also is at a time of future, and also you can use in a week, in a month, in a year, all these expressions can be used also. Another sentence here, we will sit examinations, examinations next month. Okay, so next month is the time for future as well. And now let's go to the exercise, the other exercise, which is exercise C on the same page, page 45. Complete your schedule for next Saturday, then ask and answer questions with a partner. Now try to arrange a time to meet and do homework together. This can be done with your friend or with a member of your family. You can do it, okay? And you will see now the schedule, and this is an example of how you are going to form the sentences talking about future. What are you doing at 2 o'clock next Saturday? Okay, he's asking you, next Saturday at 2 o'clock, what are you doing? That means in the future. I am getting a haircut. How about you? This is his plan. I'm getting a haircut. What about you? He's asking him the same question. This is the schedule, and you will need to fill it with my schedule, morning, afternoon, evening. Okay, activities and times. You need to fill the activity and the time that you are planning to do. And in the other column here, number 3, my parents' schedule. Okay, you need to coordinate your schedule with your parents' schedule, activities and time. So when you fill in this timetable, you can generate many questions. Okay. Now there is an exercise here also, which is in the student book, exercise D. Look at the expressions in the box, work with a partner, ask and answer about their future plans. Use going to and will. Here also we will use will and going to. You need to practice this kind of question. We will answer the first 1 or 2 sentences, and we will leave the rest for you to do it as a practice. Where are you going to go on vacation this year? He's asking you about your plan. I will probably go to Dubai. How about you? I am going to visit my grandparents. You see, the first one is talking about something not sure, not certain. He's using will plus probably, but in the other sentence here, he's using a planned action or something that he has already planned. I'm going to. So he's using going to here with a plan. So use tomorrow, this week, month, this year, tonight, next month, next year, next Thursday, soon, on the weekend. All this can be used to talk about future. Now we're moving now to the workbook. Okay, your workbook is the best. It is the best place to practice all these kinds of form, meaning, and function, and all exercises. So let's talk about what this exercise is. Complete the story. Use be going to with the verbs in the parentheses. Here you have the verb, and you need to use it in the future. We say Adnan and Hussein, London for 2 days. What are they planning to do? They are going to visit. They are going to visit for 2 days. When they arrive at Heathrow Airport, they what? Take the London underground train to the center of the town. What is the plan here? Using the verb take, we can say here are going to take. Okay, so here if you want to form this sentence, you say going to and you add the verb in the infinitive form. Before going to, you need to choose the right auxiliary verb, whether am, is, or are. If you are talking about I, you say am. He, she, it, you use is. And if you talk about the plural or they, we, you use are. Okay, as you can see here, they are going to take the London Underground train to the center of the town. Now you will do the rest. So please pause the video, go to your book, answer this exercise, and come back, check for your model answers. Let's continue with the right answers as examples. Okay, now we will move to the rest of this exercise also. These are the model answers. You will do them after doing it in your notebook, in your workbook. Okay, this is another kind of exercise, which is exercise N. Complete the questions, use the question words in the box. Then write the answers from the story in the exercise M. Use the short answers of B going to. It is similar to the exercise that we answered a while ago in our student's book. So you use the WH questions here when you want to ask about time, who, a person, where is a place, which is a thing also, what is asking about a thing as well, how is about a method or a way, and how long is about the period of time. Okay, or also you can ask about the distance. Now look at number 1 here. Are the boys going to do? So here, how can we ask? We say here, where? Where are going to, not do, go. So we're asking about a place. So we ask about a place using the information question or the WH question, where. Where are the boys going to go? So in this case, we need to answer with a place, because we are asking about where, about a place here. They are going to go to London. Halas? And then now you will do the same thing. You will pause the video and go to your workbook and answer the exercise. Come back and check for your answers, for the model answer. Okay. Now this is the same thing also from 4 to 7. Okay. Pause the video again and go to your book. Okay, now exercise O on page 29. Here, rearrange the words to make sentences. You will arrange the sentences. They are scrambled, and you need to unscramble them to make full sentences. You can do them by your own and come back to the model answer. Check for your answers if they're correct or not. Okay. Another exercise here. Write questions for the following answers. Now, doing this weekend. Doing this weekend. Now, I don't know what I am doing this weekend. So here, we want to ask about the right WH question. Write the question for the following answers. Use the underlined words in each question. Here we are asking what. What are you doing? Okay. So what are you doing this weekend? Now this is the answer. The opposite. Now we're giving the answer, and you need to write the right question. Okay. All the same here. This is our other exercises, and this is the model answer. You need to do the same you did with the other exercises. Okay, complete the conversation. Now use the information in the chart. You have a chart here, and you have some information, and use going to for definite plans and will for indefinite plans. Samir's weekend plans. This is Samir's weekend plan, and here this is a conversation between Ali and Samir, and you need to find out the right answer from this schedule or from this plan. You do it also because it is only a practice. We talked about how to form the plan and how to talk about something that is definite or something that is indefinite. So this is the model answer for this question. Okay, and also we go to the same from 4 to 7. Okay, this is the model answer, and here number 8 up to number 12. Okay, you need every time to pause the video and go to your book to check for your answers, because practice is the best thing to understand how to use this kind of grammar. Now we are moving to the last part of our class today, which is the irregular verb. You find them on page 106. We're taking now 5 verbs from 11 to 15. Now number 11, look at this boy. Now he is falling down now. Okay, fall. What's the past of fall? Fell, and the past participle is fallen. And by the way, this is the best way, or the best the safest way to fall. If in case you train yourself how to fall, okay, you need to fall in this way to protect your head from injury. Okay, now feed here. The past of feed is fed, and the past participle is fed. Okay, fight. What's the past of fight? Fought, fought. Okay, find. What's the past of find? Found, and the past participle is found. Okay, fly. The past is flew, and the past participle is flown. That's all for today. Thank you for watching, and see you inshallah in the next episode. Goodbye.